Has there been some changes around as a whole? We're getting more confident with talking about body safety, and there's that recognition that we need to.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of changes in more recent years. We've gone from a generation where we didn't talk about anything. We didn't use correct names for private body parts. We didn't talk about any of these things.
Yeah.
We then went to a phase where we acknowledged that we really needed to, but we still weren't doing it. And I now think that we're in that phase where we recognise that this education can and should begin in the early years and that it is recommended.
Kayleen, I'm talking from the perspective of a parent and an educator now as well, sort of holding two hats there. Recently, we went to our child health nurse appointment where we're given information around what we can do on everything from safety to child development, a whole range of things through the magazine. It was really interesting because I saw that within the relationships development, they're also talking about body safety and body parts. So from 1 to 2 years, this is now encouraged. I was reflecting and I thought, hang on a minute, I don't remember that same piece of information being given around that 10-year-old mark for my son, who is now coming up to 10.
Yeah, I think we've progressed through quite a few changes. We're possibly of a generation where we just didn't talk about this. We might have spoken about stranger danger, but that was it. We then moved to a phase where we understood and acknowledged the importance of starting this education and conversation in the early years. And I think, excitingly, that we have really entered a phase where we're saying this education can and should begin in the early years, and it is actually recommended. So I think the role for us then is to support parents and caregivers and also professionals on how to actually do this.
And I do think from an educated perspective of when we are starting to have those communications with the families around that, we will be talking about body parts using the correct terminology, that we can reference government documents, we can reference things that go beyond our policies and procedures that, I guess, prove and give us that support to say why we're doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. In our communication, we can share these documents that they are government recommendations, they are Royal Commission recommendations, that it is research and evidence-based.